Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host, and today's episode is on that goddess energy manifests the universe. Yes, my gorgeous, you are the universe manifesting universes. And that's what we will be diving into, and I'm wanting to dive into some science samples in terms of what's happening in the brain and what's happening in the DNA. But before we dive in, hello, my gorgeous sister. How are you? I hope you are well. And we are in the middle of the eclipses. We've got another eclipse coming up a week from today on the 28th of August. And so, of course, eclipse season, as you know, is all about getting yourself back onto your highest timeline, right? Onto the highest path, which means trust that what is eclipsed out of your life is not there to serve you any longer, and what is eclipsed into your life is now meant to be what is serving you for this next timeline jump. It's been super intense. These higher frequencies are really, really affecting people now. We can see it. I see it. I don't know if you've been able to see it and notice it, how it's affecting certain people. I mean, some people are having mild symptoms, anxiety, sleeplessness, nausea. But other people are having full-on breakdowns because their frequency, because their brain wiring just can't keep up with these high vibrations, right? And so this is the split. This is the split from the old earth into the new earth. And this is going to become more and more and more apparent and more intense. And this is why today's episode is so important, because we're going to go back into the deeper layers of what does it mean, you as the goddess, you manifest the universes. Of course you do. You are creation vibration. You are the portal for the divine. So let the patriarchy go on all levels, and we'll dive into that more deeply as well. But really understanding that now is the time to go within. Now is the time for you to remind yourself and work with who you really are. And who you really are is light, right? This beautiful light being, this consciousness playing human, this divine goddess within. And so science, quantum physics, has been having tremendous breakthroughs. And the newest breakthrough is that they have now found biophotons in the brain. That yes, we are actually generating light. Biophotons are the particles that are light. It's the basis of light. And it's what opens us into the quantum field. So you've heard people talk about quantum jumping, quantum leaps, right? Quantum reality building. And so now it's proven. And this is what I love about the modern science. The modern science is just like this with spirituality. It's the same thing. They are proving and are showing us who we really are on the scientific level. And so, yes, we are generating light if we choose to, right? That's the caveat. That's the caveat. If we choose to, and that's everything that this is about. It's old earth, new earth, old paradigm, new paradigm, old timeline, new paradigm, new timeline. It's a choice, because after all, this is still a school format for us souls to come to and learn and heal and grow and ascend. And it is a choice. And some will choose to stay in the old earth. Some will choose to stay in lack of awareness, consciousness, healing, and they will stay in that density. because these two earths are now going to coexist. And you being here, you are aware of that this choice is not a one-time choice. It's an ongoing, going deeper and deeper and deeper and choosing yourself over and over and over and over again. So yes, the biophotons that are being activated and generated within your brain, of course, that is you opening yourself through the feminine energy, through your right hemisphere, through the higher self-aligned thinking. You're opening yourself into the quantum field. This is now proven. The other thing that is also proven, and this is super exciting, and I'm excited about this because I'm a little bit of a nerd on the inside. Even though I failed all of my physics classes in school because they were teaching the wrong physics. And it never landed with me. And now I'm the biggest nerd and I can't even stop. Anyways, besides the point. So the other thing that is now being proven is that within our cellular structure, within our DNA, we have the choice down to the DNA level to choose the old paradigm, the old lack, scarcity, egotistical, separation, self-serving ways of the lizard brain, right? This is the old, I like to call it caveman brain. This is the brain that is survival of the fittest. It is competition. It's me against the world, right? It's that old separation consciousness. That's a choice within our DNA. And then there's the other choice. The choice of you as the eternal being, the light being, the divine being, the oneness consciousness, the open heart, the loving, the fearless, the courageous, the joyous, the empowered, the visionary you. It's within your DNA. And that is also a part of the choice, because everything is a trickle-down effect. It's from our thoughts to the emotions, to the choices, through the physical body, the biology, all the way down through the cells, the consciousness within the cells, all the way down into the DNA. And this is really how deeply down trickling this process is and how you kind of need to think of it. And so, for an example, right, we're healing a mother wound, let's say. We're healing a mother wound, and you thought you had dealt with it, right? But then next year or a year later, all of a sudden that wound gets triggered again. And I hear this, right? People are always like, oh, I thought I healed it. I thought I dealt with it. How come it's popping up again? And that's because you have to think of yourself as so deeply layered, so deeply layered, so deeply layered. The brain, the subconscious, the unconscious, the emotional body, the heart space, through the nervous system, through the fascia, through the consciousness of the cells, all the way down into the DNA. The old patterns are there through all of these parts of you, and throughout all of these other lifetimes that you have lived as well. So this is how deeply layered you need to think of yourself. And this is why it takes time and patience, right, to move through this healing process. And yes, I know there are many people out there that are saying, oh, you can heal at once because it's a choice, it's a quantum choice, it's a quantum leap, right? The brain, yes, of course. We can have these moments of complete clarity, of complete awareness, of complete openness to the truth. Yes. But unless the person has done the work, unless the person has done the healing, the biology isn't there yet, right? So this is why these quantum leaps don't last. And that's okay. Because it is meant to be a conscious choosing of your biophotons in your brain. It's a conscious choosing of moving deeper and deeper through the layers. It's a conscious choosing of your DNA reactivating to its 12 strands, which puts you completely into your goddess alignment, completely into your creation, vibration, embodiment. And this is the new earth birthing. This is when you are in that frequency, in that alignment to manifest and to receive the new earth. Right? Because you have to be the right vibration in order to be able to actually receive it into your reality, into your sphere, into your experience. Because if the body, through so many layers, is still caught up in the illusion, is still caught up in the ego, is still caught up in the pain of trauma or scarcity, it'll reject those beautiful blessings from coming in. And so I had an amazing healing today. I gave myself, I do healing every day. Of course, I journey to the goddess temples. Of course, I work with Mother Goddess and the goddesses, the sister goddesses. And so I went to see Mother Goddess today, and they put me into this sphere where I was just kind of like floating within the sphere. And then Mother Goddess kept telling me, forsake the illusion, forsake your ego, forsake all darkness. Forsake your ego, forsake the illusion, forsake all darkness. So that I kept saying it. And so by me saying it, by me choosing it, by me claiming it, they were able to extract that energy, that consciousness, that memory from my mental body, from my emotional body, from my physical body, from my subconscious, from my unconscious, right? From all of the parts of me to deeper and deeper and deeper levels. And so Mama said that this was really the important subject for today, that you need to think of yourself activating the biophotons in your brain, and for yourself to be activating to the deepest levels all the way in your DNA to who you really are, to your light. Which it really means is that you're not of the illusion any longer. And this is really what Mother was doing with me today. You know, and she wanted me to share this with you, that you can do this on your own. You can, of course, join the program and work with the goddesses, but you can also do this on your own. It is simply you catching yourself when you're off the illusion, right? Because remember, this is just an illusion. This is not even real. This is a very low, dense plane, an earth school, where in the past, in the old paradigm, we needed darkness to learn the difference between darkness and light, right? We had to have the contrast in order to learn and see the choice and become aware of the choice. But now, within these much higher frequencies and us embodying this much higher consciousness, we don't need darkness any longer. We don't need to learn by knowing darkness any longer. We know darkness. We've been there. We've done that plenty, right? And so, for example, the higher dimensional realms, there is no darkness. In the 10th, 11th, 12th level of consciousness, there is no darkness. Of course, the knowledge of darkness existing is present, yes, but it cannot exist within these higher levels of consciousness. So it's very important for you to really embody this understanding and breathe, my sister, breathe, breathe, breathe. You don't need to be off the illusion any longer. This is not the reality. When people say, come back to reality, when people say, well, this is my reality. No, it's not. It's what you're choosing. It's what you're choosing. You are in charge, and it's time for you to embody this authority to deeper levels. That you recognize yourself when you are of the illusion. You're here to play in it. You're here to have fun in this illusion. You're here to have the awareness of that it's just energy. And you are here to create your universe. You are here to be creation vibration. You are here to be the sovereign authority to the deepest levels. And so the way that you catch yourself is, of course, when you get sucked in. When you get sucked in and you know your patterns, you know your triggers, you know the old fears, you know the old doubts, you know the old ways that you've worked on, that you've healed. And now, when you still get triggered even slightly, this is immediately when you have to remind yourself of who you really are. And that you're choosing to forsake the illusion. Choose to forsake your old illusion patterning. Choose to forsake the old energies from all parts of yourself and say this. Speak it out loud. And again, you can do mirror work, right? You can look into the mirror, look into your left eye. This probably looks to you like it's my right eye, but this is actually my left eye. So you say into the mirror, to yourself, to your entire being, to your subconscious, to your ego, I forsake the illusion from all parts of my being. Knowingly or unknowingly, I release the old paradigm, right? And so you do this over and over and over again, because it's through the illusion that darkness gets in. Because when we're still in the illusion and we think this is the only reality and we're caught in trigger and in reactivity, we're in the illusion, right? We're like surrendered into it. We've merged with it. And that's how darkness gets in. Versus stepping into the new earth. And that's what healing does. Healing separates you more and more and more and more out of and away from the illusion. It separates you from the triggers, from the densities, from the fears, from the worries, from the doubts, from the scarcities, from the victim mindset. All of that is entry point for darkness. And it's interesting, I was in a session the other day, and the person was just, like, always me, this always happens to me, da 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 da. And I was like, are you aware of that this is victim energy? And they were like, it's victim. I'm like, yes, listen to it. Really listen to it, really feel into it. Right? So as soon as we're feeling, this always happens to me, and I can never catch a break, and I always get the short end of the stick, and right? That immediately is victim energy. And it could even be tied into ego, right? The ego loves to be in victim. The ego loves to be in that. Well, what else is new? Can never catch a break, right? You know, it's this righteous, negative energy. And so don't judge it. Don't make it a horrible thing. No, just recognize it. It's the moment you bring awareness, it's the moment you bring recognition to the deeper layers of where you're catching yourself that should bring a smile onto your face. Because in this moment you have a choice. In this moment you're able to say, hey, I forsake that illusion pattern from all aspects, all layers, all parts of my entire being. Mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, subconsciously, unconsciously, on the ego level, through all aspects of yourself. Catch it and just take it out. Take it out. Claim your choice. Because the vibrations now are so high that by you speaking it, by you claiming your authority in choice, it'll happen so quickly. You have to be on it. You've got to be in repetition. Absolutely. But yes. And by the way, you know, and I can hear the thoughts. I can hear the wondering. I can hear the, but you know, this is my reality. And you know, I don't want to like not be here. And, you know, because the whole concept of I forsake the illusion, right? It's not that you won't be here. You're going to be here. You're going to stay in this body. You're transforming this body from the old into the new through the deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper levels of this biology and beyond into your soul. So by you stating, I forsake the darkness, I forsake my victim pattern of my illusion belief, I forsake my ego attachment to this, right? By you being such strength in what you are proclaiming, it doesn't mean you're going to leave this realm. It doesn't mean you're going to all of a sudden not be in this body anymore. No, but you have to clear the old energy. Because otherwise you cannot be creating the new earth and the universes that you are here to manifest. Otherwise, right, you have to clear out, and you know this. You've got to clear out the illusion. You are not human. You're eternal being, playing human. Huge difference. Huge difference. One keeps you hostage and prisoner to your patterning of the old conditioning and ego. The other sets you free into complete liberation of eternal joy, health, longevity, rejuvenation, prosperity, manifestation powers. You become so powerful. You're just going to be like, whoa, how much more power can I embody? So, you're still going to stay in this body of yours, and you're still going to have this lifetime, but you're going to start feeling different. You're going to start feeling more liberated. You're going to start feeling more empowered, and you're going to actually enjoy playing in this illusion. You're actually going to start loving this experience, because all of a sudden it all becomes so much more easy and easeful and graceful and fun. And all of a sudden, it's really not so difficult anymore, right? So, yes, it's a big leap in terms of from ego to your divine light self. Yes, absolutely. But the more that you choose and to proclaim that you are forsaking your illusion patterning. You are forsaking your ego attachments. You are forsaking any and all darkness within any and all parts of your being. By proclaiming it over and over and over again, you're stripping away, you're clearing away, you are releasing, and you're giving permission to release, and you're giving permission to receive the assistance from your spirit team, from your guides, the beings that you like working with, right? And call them in too. Ask them to help you, ask them to assist your process, and you'll catch yourself more and more and more. And the more you catch yourself and the more you proclaim your choice to be in your biophoton light DNA activation, the more you choose it, the more you work with it, the more you work with your spirit team and your helpers, the faster you will see these results manifest in yourself, in your body, in your health, in your rejuvenation. And then from here, feeling better, feeling lighter, feeling more open, feeling more relaxed, feeling freer. And then from here, everything is also going to start manifesting into your life, into your reality. But remember, it has to happen on the inside first. You have to be the receptor. You have to be the receiving energy for this big, huge transformation and shift, right? And so the more that you work with it right now, the energies are so supportive, and especially working your way up toward this eclipse in a week from now. Keep working with it. Stay so mindful of yourself and just keep forsaking the energies and patterns and thoughts and reactions that are not of your divine light. And remember, your light is not dark. There is no darkness in these higher frequencies and these higher levels of dimension, which that is what we are manifesting. And because we are still here, yes, we're seeing the darkness. We're seeing the darkness everywhere. And it's losing its mind because it's losing power and control over the souls. And that's a good thing. That's a great thing. It's not pretty to watch because, it's I'm like, I'm not even turning on the news any longer. I'm not even reading any headlines any longer, and I'm not being ignorant. I'm making a conscious choice to focus on where I can make a difference, where I can be of assistance, and that is to help you shed the illusion, forsake the illusion, forsake the old identification of who you thought you were but really aren't. And this is a beautiful process that is not only going to have you be in birth within your new earth paradigm, but it's also going to help the frequency, the vibration of the whole. Right? Because remember, we're one. We're oneness consciousness. And so the more that we are building our light, the stronger we are becoming in our sovereign authority, the more we are affecting this transformation of this planet. And that is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself and that you can gift to humanity in this beautiful planet, our beautiful goddess Gaia. So be very intentional with where you are putting your energy, with what you are focusing on. you know? Even though you feel like you need to be informed, focus on yourself. Be very informed about yourself. Inform yourself as to where there is still old patterning, old reaction, old trigger, old perception, old false beliefs, old false identifications. That's the information you need to be focusing on now. Because that is going to make a difference globally. Watching the news will not. That'll not make a difference. As a matter of fact, it'll make things worse because that's what you're giving your energy and attention to. Right? So we're going deeper into ourselves to open and to unlock who we really are, deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And remember to have fun. We have a few weeks of summer left. I've been taking off a little bit here and there, as you know, and as a result of it, I feel so recharged. I feel so refreshed. I feel so ready to go. I'm just like, yes. Energizer bunny over here. But yes, I'm not so sure. I think I might take Labor Day weekend off. I'm not so sure. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But I'm happy to be here with you now. And let's just soak up this summer for what we still have and focus on yourself. Be informed about yourself. Now is the time for you to forsake any and all fear, doubt, worry, negative, what if, self-pressure, feeling not good enough, feeling not smart enough, feeling not pretty enough, feeling not accomplished enough, feeling too old, feeling unworthy, feeling reactive, feeling contracted on the heart level, feeling separate on the ego level, feeling victim, feeling scarcity, feeling worry about finances and this and that. It's all illusion. None of it is even real. You have to strip it before you can align into the vision of your goddess, divine light self. Do the work. Do it now. You'll thank yourself. Okay, my gorgeous. It is so good to be here with you. I can't wait to see you next week. I love you. I appreciate you. I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Hugs and kisses. And as always, ciao for now.